So, Civil War is a movie that's already going to be divisive to a lot of people for obvious reasons. I'm going to keep it based on entertainment and not parallels with what could happen in real life and all that. Like, I'm not going to touch that. I'm just going to say I'm going to keep it to the movie. As far as the movie, I was definitely entertained and on the edge of my seat almost the whole time because like you had a lot of things happening and a lot of character moments and character arcs. I'll say because the way people started off, they didn't end up, and to be vague, obviously. Now, just first and foremost, difference of opinion here. I enjoyed the movie. You did not. To get that the way, first and foremost. Just go into why you feel the way you feel.
I was fucking disgusted.
All right.
So me, I don't speak for everybody. I speak for what I get excited to go see. I was excited for probably the last eight months. Last 8 or 6 months. I might be wrong. I was excited. I was really excited to go see this. I was like bothering you saying, yo, can we please go see this? I was in a rush to go see it. When I don't get what I want out of a movie, I'm disappointed.
You're disappointed,
I'm disappointed. But I'm not stupid with my comments on it. I will tell you this much. Seeing this movie in Dolby probably gave it more energy than what it would have given me in a regular theater.
Okay.
The gunshots in this movie were the most dramatic.
You felt them.
You felt it. Like literally, somebody gets shot, you hear it and you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of pain in this movie visually. For me, I'm an honest dude. I'm not going to go back on what I said. I don't like it. I can go see it again and probably hate it more. There was a lot of, it was vague. It was just like, I was looking for meaning. And I guess I wanted to watch something amongst the lines of Olympus Has Fallen, like you said. I was expecting something amongst the lines of, I guess, straight out war. Because the trailers for this movie seemed way more chaotic than the chaos we got throughout the movie. Yes, there were scenes that went crazy. I will not take away from it. When people were getting killed in the most brutal way. The movie as a whole, for people like me, don't go see it at all. If you're like me, do not go see it at all. But there are a lot of people who will appreciate it because there were certain things in this movie I did appreciate. Mm-hmm. There were things I did appreciate. But overall, I was looking for what started this shit. I was looking for that. I didn't get that. Certain characters pissed me off and made me mad. I was like, why this? Why that? I had a lot of unanswered questions, which is what took me out of the movie. But like you said, I'm going to keep it within the movie. I was disappointed.
Okay. Now, me watching the trailer and knowing that it was the A24 joint, I kind of knew that you're not going to get what you expect to get. Like, what you think is going to be, it's probably not going to be. Okay. They subvert your expectations. That's what A24 joints do. So I knew I wasn't going to get a balls to the wall action joint with crazy shit happening every 5 seconds. I knew, some of A24 joints are slow burns. Okay. So I went in knowing that this could be one of them joints. And it is. I love movies like that. And, I also like seeing Kirsten Dunst on screen because, loved her since, back in the day. So her making a return and her popping up more and more, I love to see that. Now, this is a look at America through a very specific lens and kind of a what-if story. Like, if certain things happen, this is where it could end up. You know what I mean? And it's crazy as fuck. It's crazy as fuck. Like you said, they don't go into why America is like that now. We kind of start with us already in the shit. And the most chaotic it can be. Like, shit's fucked up. 2 stars on the flag. Shit is crazy.
Protests everywhere.
People wilding out. You got factions. You know what I mean? But what I really like about this movie is it follows a group of people doing a job. They're journalists and photographers, and they kind of bring you into their world and it shows you how chaotic this job is, how dangerous it is. Like they're on site with the shit. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like an adrenaline rush, and you know what I mean? And you kind of get that, and you you understand why they're the way they are because of what they're dealing with. And I just like how the movie takes you on this journey, kind of a Last of Us type journey with these characters, and you really see how crazy their job is and what they're trying to do and the twists and turns, and it's like any moment could be your last type shit because this ain't no this you're not a cashier. You're taking photos during chaos, like 10 out of 10 chaos, like people getting shot, killed. You sitting with the camera like this, trying to get the money shot because that's what their job is.
That is what their job is, and there are journalists in real life who will travel to the site of war.
Yeah, it's a real job.
It's a real job. This movie, so because of who these characters were in this movie, my question towards the main characters were my main question was, do you care about life or do you care more about getting the perfect shot? And that's a realistic question. Like that's not me trying to be a smart ass or a sarcastic individual right now. I looked at Kirsten Dunst and I looked at her. It seemed like she was safe, but also somebody who was outgoing, and her character didn't match up with the position she put herself in. I understood she was a journalist and she was willing to do certain things, but I looked at her and I looked at the main characters in general, and I started to ask myself, like, is this a mission that you're willing to die for? And apparently, I guess, people in that field are willing to do certain things to get that shot. And I was just upset with the movie as a whole.
Okay. Listen, the journey that Kirsten Dunst and Pedro Pascal's little brother took was crazy to me because
Narcos.
Like, yeah, for real.
Narcos. How you go from Narcos to damn, bro?
I just really enjoyed it because it's like a peek behind the curtain. Because you think about real life, all these chaos and war and all that. Like, you got somebody out there getting the shots and the footage and all. Even people doing interviews on spot and on camera while the bombs going off in the background. Like, it's just a peek into their world where on site you got to take these pictures and all the stuff you got to deal with and what goes on in your head. Like, I just really enjoy. That's not a story that I've really can remember seeing in a movie before. So it was something fresh for me. So like, I really enjoyed how they did it. You know what I mean? I do have a couple issues here and there. I'll go into the spoiler section, but as a whole, like, I really fucking enjoyed the movie. You know what I mean? There's not really much I can say without spoiling the shit, but
right.
I'll just say that for me, I was very entertained just based on this being a movie, like, about the state of America and all that. I'm not here to talk about that because some people just take this shit and
they're wrong with it. They will run
full
with it.
political. Like, I'm not. That's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm talking about the movie as a movie, and we're keeping it at that. So as a movie, I was very entertained, and it's crazy as fuck. You know what I mean? Sometimes people get batshit crazy, and if the circumstances are right, they will lose their fucking shit.
Yeah.
And do whatever. Like, the whole state of America in that movie, I hope and pray we never get there, because if we do, I'm getting a bunker. I'm out. You're not gonna see me. I'm gonna be on some Batman shit. Well, not Batman, because I'm not leaving the crib. I'm gonna be on some hermit shit. Cause y'all are not gonna be able to. You can communicate to me over Zoom and all that.
That's it.
But other than that, I'm not leaving the fucking house.
See, this is what makes me and you. This is what makes me and you doing this type of shit fun to me, or me doing this with anybody else. This is what makes movies fun to me, regardless whether I'm disappointed or not. Being able to have a healthy discussion and being able to hear why your friend liked it while you're sitting here not liking it. That shit is fun to me, because now you get to tell me why you liked it, and that opens my mind a little bit more. As into maybe you saw something I didn't really fully focus on. Yeah. You just said a few things that made me say, oh shit, that was a little fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, we process movies differently.
Yeah.
And not everybody thinks the same, and that's fine. Not everybody has to think the same. You know what I mean? We absorb entertainment in a different way. Sometimes, y'all might watch the same thing and have two different trains of thought, and that's fine. That's how life is. You know what I mean? Me personally, I enjoyed the movie, but I can understand why you didn't.
And I can understand why you actually were fond of it. Like, I'm not sitting over here looking at you like, what's wrong with you? I'm not sitting here. It is intriguing. Like, I really like to hear you say why you liked it. That to me, you are opening doors that I didn't really know were available for that movie with the way you just explained it. And this is why I tell the world, listen to why somebody likes something or listen to why somebody dislikes it. Maybe you will be enlightened.
Yeah. And it's okay not to like something. It's okay to dislike something because if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. It's just, it's all about the conversation. You have healthy conversation and you don't try to clown somebody for feeling a certain type of way. You know what I mean? I can have a whole TED talk on this shit, but I'm a broken record. Anyway, with that being said, we are going to get into some spoilers in 3, 2, 1. So, talking about Kirsten Dunst's character, like, in the beginning of the movie, she's really, like, cold and closed off. There's moments of humanity when she saves the girl from you know what I mean? She's out there taking the picture, and she sees she's a rookie. She ends up getting clocked across the face, and Kirsten Dunst snaps into action, helps her, gives her the you know what I mean, the joint. And when she sees somebody running with a flag, she knows what's happening. And in 3 seconds, boom. Like she grabs a girl and ducks because she knows she's about to hit the fan. She's about to get crazy.
That one scene, really quick, 3 seconds. I want you, whoever watches this movie, try to go see it in Dolby.
Yeah.
The sound effect
sound's crazy.
It'll throw you out your seat.
Yeah. So that happens, and the more time you give her Kirsten Dunst, you see that she's emotionless almost. And that's because she done seen so much shit. If she lets it get to her, she's not going to be able to do her job efficiently. If she cares, that it's done. She's going to die or something like that. You got to be cold to do a job like this. You have to be detached. That's the only way you can effectively do it, or else, you know what I mean? You're gonna be a ball of emotions. And you see every now and then, like, it still gets to her, but she tries to, like, take that emotion and shove it down because, like, I got to be effective at my job. And she's trying to teach the other girl because she sees, like, you know what I mean? She's feeling everything. It's like, you can't be like that. Mm-hmm. You have to close yourself off, or else this job is going to destroy you. And even Pedro's little brother, he's like, yo, what the fuck wrong with you? Like, what's up? Like, she's a kid, you know what I mean? It's like, and you see it, like, it's fucked up, but you understand. It's like, I see what you're doing. And they show some of the situations she was in, where motherfuckers getting shot in the head, burned alive, all that shit. If you let yourself feel, are you done?
You're done.
You're not doing your job. So you get it. You got to be cold. And also, this is their job. And the job they want to do is get to the White House, interview the president. That's something that nobody else wants to do because they already know the state of D.C. D.C. is a clusterfuck. And they know it. Even dudes like, yo, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
Nah. It's a suicide mission. So
it was like a hornet's nest too.
Yeah. So they explain this shit. So you already know the state of D.C. Now, like I said, I would have liked to know how the world got that way, but we don't get that. It is what it is. We're in the shit, and you're following them on this journey. And you know, this whole entire time you're seeing their characters. You know, Pedro's brother, he's an adrenaline junkie, so they see gunfire in the distance at nighttime. It's like, oh, I can't wait to get there. Oh, I'm so excited.
I want to be in the mix of that shit.
In the morning they go there and you see how fucked up shit is. And shit there is really fucked up. Like they go up the steps. You hear somebody just crying and yelling. As soon as they get there, bop.
Yep.
And then it's like a party. They got the hat music playing while they assassinating these dudes and everything. And through the whole movie, you see the girl, like, getting more bold and getting more out there with her shots. Like, you know what I mean? She's starting to feel it. And then over the course of the movie, she becomes that adrenaline junkie and puts herself in danger to do it because she's like, oh, man, I want the shot. I want the shot. And her and Kirsten Dunst end up kind of swapping roles.
Yeah. One became more careful, and one became more, I don't give a fuck. I want this shot. But that's scary because it showed that girl went through 2 days of seeing the most fucked up shit, and it turned her just like that.
Listen, when dude's friend shows up, and then they do the car switch thing, and they go up, and they see they're not in the car anymore.
Yeah.
And then you find out where they are, where you got. I know his real name was Jesse Plemons. I want to call him what he was in Friday Night Lights. I forgot. What was his name? Riggs' brother. I mean, Riggs' best friend.
Oh my god.
Not Riggs.
Main boy. I forgot everybody's fucking name.
Damn. It's been so long since I've seen that.
Damn, man, I can't remember anybody's name.
Fuck. He had the quarterback and his best friend. Jesse Plemons played his best friend. Forgot his fucking name. It's been almost a decade.
Landry.
Landry. There you go. Thank you.
Best friends of Matt
Matt Saracen. Thank you. Jesus Christ, it's been too long. So they show up there. They see Landry and his homies wilding the fuck out. You got a truck bed full of dead bodies. They're dumping that shit in. The way this dude's talking, and you see he's fully disconnected. And I can see, like, with his character, that's what some people might have an issue with because, you know, certain depiction of people and America and all that. He doesn't give a fuck. Dude says, I'm from Hong Kong. Bop. What kind of American are you? Like, just that question. You know, he's full America. Don't tell me shit else. If you're from anywhere outside of America, China, bop. You know what I mean? That type of shit. He's fucking batshit crazy.
Did you get... Was his issue about race in general?
I mean, his issue is just about America. Like, if you're not American, get the fuck out of my face. You know what I mean?
Now, Pedro Pascal's little brother, that was beautiful acting on his part. You saw how he started to break down. He's been in danger. He's been he's been in between firefights and shit. But he saw his life down that barrel of the gun, and he broke down in a way where an actor is supposed to show you how. He started to scream and he was crying. He folded in half at that point because Landry was on some. Where you from?
Well, I mean, he didn't really break down until Old Head died. That's when you really saw it. Like at this point, you saw him like, you know, getting nervous, and it took this series of events is what changed Kirsten Dunst's character. Because when Old Head like. And shout out to this dude, because he went out like a G. Because like they was about to get assassinated, because dude stopped giving a fuck. He almost shot Pedro Pascal's brother for saying Florida. Yeah. Like, and what was crazy is like those gunshots were almost jump scares, because he shot so fast, you couldn't even prep for it. It's one of them joints where you're like, oh shit, he's dead.
Yeah, it wasn't on ready, set, type shit.
It wasn't 3, 2, 1. It's just like,
so where you from? About, like I was saying.
He damn near swung the gun around and the bullet came out. Like, it was crazy. And I believe they all were going to die until Old Head came through with the car and ran him the fuck over. And unfortunately, Shorty fell in the pit of bodies. And I thought she was going to be scarred for life, but that whole experience was kind of like...
Turned her.
Yeah. Turned her. And it turned her into even more of an adrenaline junkie. It's like, I've never been more scared, but I've never felt more alive. That I mean, and it makes sense because, you know what I mean, sometimes people are adrenaline junkies, and it's a catalyst that makes them like that. So she's like, oh, I'm ready to fucking do this. Yeah. And unfortunately, Old Head knocked them the fuck out, and they got her there, and then you got dudes who started shooting, and my biggest fear is like, please don't hit anybody.
I knew somebody got hit. I didn't know who the fuck got hit, but I knew somebody got hit.
And he got hit, and he drove as much as he could, and he's like, I can't anymore. And unfortunately, that was a death sentence because, like, there's no ready doctors in the area. Like, you got to drive till you get somewhere. And unfortunately, by the time they got there, he had already checked, which is a damn shame. He went out like a G, though. He went out like a G. And even Kirsten Dunst said, like, there's a lot of ways he could have gone out, and all of them was way worse. Way worse. It's like, if he had to pick how he went out, he probably would have picked this. Yeah. Like, he saves people and then got the fuck out of there. And then, you know what I mean? He's like, all right, I'm done.
Allowed them to proceed.
Yeah.
And that scene in general, this is where I say something positive about the movie again. This movie displayed pain and death in a different way. When Old Head was in the back of the car just bleeding out, I'm watching him gasp for air. And that was like a bit of really negative, it put some negative energy within my body in a good way, like a movie should display how. Yeah. So I'm watching him die, and he's looking at everything that he was chasing his whole life. He's watching bullets to the sky again, and he's amazed by it still. But what really fucked me up was when the body was no longer in the car, and the back seat had a pool of blood. Yeah. He got hit. He was dying.
Yeah, he was leaking.
He was leaking.
It was fucked up, man. And it shows how fucking crazy the world was, and how gritty it was, and how real the shit can get in the heat of the moment. So then the end of the movie, that's where things kind of shift and become crazy as fuck. It's like it's a full-on war zone, because they get to DC, and it's just fucking chaos. It's straight Call of Duty. It's, you know what I mean, formations and tanks and explosions and RPGs, and I'm looking like, God damn. straight up assault on the White House because they out to kill the president. They don't give a fuck. They shooting everybody. They like, I'm here to negotiate the terms of the surrender of the president. Bop bop. Like they don't give a fuck. I'm like, yo. And this whole entire time you see Kirsten Dunst, she's gasping, she's in a state of panic. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, she's different now. That whole experience, it changed her. You could tell like she's starting to feel stuff now. But you know, there's a little bit left because she knows that the motorcade that left the White House, he's not really in there. So she knows what's up. She's like, he ain't even in there. Let's go. So they go there, and this whole entire time, the girl who was kind of timid and emotional, she's full on. Cool. Oh, I need the shot. You know what I mean? A little bit of that. It kind of threw me off a little bit. I'm like, I don't know. But she's full on. Yeah, I gotta get it. So close. Almost foaming at the mouth to get the shot. To the point where she gets Kirsten Dunst killed because she runs out to get this fucking stupid ass shot, and shit gotta push her down and end up dying for it. And it's like these are the issues that I had because like she got her killed, number one, but then like after she got killed, it's like both of them just left. They didn't even react to the body, her dying, and they just went to go. I guess because they knew it was probably a time crunch because like they're gonna kill the president. I need to get a quote. But I'm like, damn, she just died for nothing.
That right there, I can't forgive that part. I know people are going to say, well, it was now or never to get the... I know what people are going to say, but as far as character buildup, as far as these people being friends prior to getting towards there, it doesn't make sense to have main man who's been with her for a while just be okay with the fact that she just checked. Not saying he was okay, but he showed nothing. They just walked forward.
It's like he didn't even grab the body and nothing like that. It's like the only thing that's in my head is like we came all the way here for this. We have a couple seconds to get a quote and some pictures because they're gonna shoot him in the face. So I'm guessing that's what it was. I would have liked to see some kind of reaction to her getting fucking shot for saving her bitch ass. I'm sorry. For saving her. You know what I mean? Because she hopped out in full adrenaline junkie mode to get the fucking shot.
And cause somebody...
I'm just heated because of that. And they got the shots. In fact, they got shots of them lighting the president up.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, man.
Piecing his body up with bullets.
Jesus.
Oh gosh. Now the last 18 minutes of the movie is what I personally think I wanted the whole movie. I didn't want every second of the movie to be chaos, fire, shoot. But I wanted more chaotic action. I wanted to see an actual war within the streets of every state and every city. But what I had seen was mostly road traveling. But like I said, when they showed vicious murder, they showed it. It hit.
Personally, I think if that was the whole movie, it'd have been too much. Like,
That's
not A24. You're not gonna see A24 joints where it's just chaos every second, every minute. Like it's not
gonna be Transformers.
Yeah, it's not that type of movie. So I kind of had a feeling this is what it was gonna be, like a slower, you know what I mean, journey or whatever. I don't know about journey, but a slower movie where you get time to take things in and all that. So that's why I was fine with it because I already prepped myself for that. That's what I went there to see. But personally, other than some stuff at the end, I really enjoyed the whole entire movie. Like it was a crazy story, a crazy road trip. It showed how chaotic the places were, even when they encountered the fucking sniper. Like that shit was fucking wild.
That was the one near the Christmas.
Yeah, that shit was wild, and I really enjoyed the dialogue in the movie because like it's like people in that situation would really act. Like you had the two snipers just posted up, trying to get the shots. Like, yo, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And they just, you know what I mean? I don't know. It felt real to me. Like I enjoyed the dialogue. I enjoyed the action and the journey and how these two characters essentially swapped roles. Because the way Kirsten Dunst started is not how she ended up. Mm-hmm. The way the little girl, I forget her name, started, that's not how she ended up. And they were the opposites by the end of the movie, and it makes sense because like the girl essentially broke Kirsten Dunst down, not in a negative way. It allowed her to start feeling more and being more in tune with her emotions and not hiding it, just actually showing it. And she actually grew to care for her because this girl looked at her like an idol, and you know what I mean, and actually like got through to her. And she wasn't as cold as she was in the beginning towards the end because, she started, especially old head dying like that. Like, she felt all of that.
Yeah.
And that, like I said, that was really the catalyst that changed her and softened her as a character because, that was their homie. And they had history based on their conversations, like, prior to the movie that we didn't see. But you know what I mean? Like, there was history there, so that she felt that loss. They all felt the loss. So, yeah. I really enjoyed the movie. Like I said, this joint's gonna be divisive, but personally, I thought it was great. Not perfect, but it was great.
The United States Army ramps up activity.
The White House issued warnings to the Western forces as well as the Florida Alliance.
The three-term president assures the uprising will be dealt with swiftly.
Let me know if you want to do anything on.
Are you guys aware there's like a pretty huge civil war going on all across America?
We just try to stay out. With what we see on the news, seems like it's for the best.
Damn.
Citizens of America.
The so-called Western forces of Texas and California.
Hey.
Have suffered a very great defeat at the hands of the United States military.
Mr. President, do you regret the use of airstrikes against American citizens?
Was that Kirsten Dunst?
They're moving to D.C. today.